Hey guys, so today's video I'm gonna show you how to do part like that. So this part, first I face it, drill, ID turn, then I center, I drill 1-inch pilot hole, and then I drill extra long drill all the way through, because if I do this on the first side it will be a kind of penny as to indicate the back hole, and then I come in and I use a line in to do these windows. And now I'm gonna show you later on the drawing, but see like how these are straight because these are done on a Z, so on the length, and Y on up and down. If you use it as C like this, these walls will be kind of sticking up. I kind of made a drawing, so these walls would have that look over here versus all the way through, just for the fact is your part you'll be milling like this on an angle here and here, and it will kind of give you that little taper. And let me put this away. I'll go over this part for somebody that is still learning the basics, kind of. So my first unit is going to be facing, so here are my tools, nominal, leaving 3000 on the Z for finish, depth of cut, my speeds, okay, and then OD turning, same thing, very simple. The material, how much I want to leave for finish, and then this is just the line, small radius to break the edge, my X, and how far I'm going on the Z. This is a 1-inch drill, same thing, pattern 1, going 2.8 inches before able to pack, but since I'm not packing, I'm only going to 0 to 2.7 inches, and then ID turning. Now this is going to be all done with the milling holders. So we're drilling on XC, so pretty much we got 4 holes, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be my BC from here, from the center to here. This is going to be that circle. Okay, so pretty much if this circle will be 2 inches, then my BC would be 1 inch because you cut it in half, right? So drilling XC diameter, I got it set as a 310 because this is a number for center drills. It's 310,000 wide. We're going 285,000 deep, and then it's my drill. Hole size, this is all automatic. I choose packing 2. My depth of cut per pack is 70,000. My speeds and feeds, and then I'm doing this as an arc. So my R is going to be 950. So 950 times 2, that's going to be 1900 with 1 inch and 900 pretty much. Starting with the C 0, starting from 0. 4 holes, 90 degrees. We do not want to omit the first one and such. Now drilling next one. XC, same everything except now we're using a 1/4 inch drill. We're going 1 inch deep. I got it set as a 250 short and 250 L for long. Same thing, pretty much he follows everything except this one goes 1 inch deep. Now we're going 2.6 inches deep. Now line, so you're gonna see a bunch of lines over here. It's gonna be similar units, except see this one is a C0, C90, 180, 270. These, as you see, these got roughers and finish. These are just finished, so it's like a free pass to kind of clean it up and give me like a nicer finish. Okay, so we're using a line in. Okay, ZY, starting with the C position 0, removing SRVA. Okay, SRVA It's asking you how much you want to remove from the bottom. Let's see where you're going, and we're going over here like this. Okay, so we have to go below this opening because it will give you an edge. So from here to here I calculated 1 inch. That's how much stock we have. So it's asking you how much stock you have, 1 inch. And sometimes if you have a problem, let's say calculating how much you need, go to toolpath. Okay, and this is something 0.5. Okay, go to toolpath and you see this square. It's matching the top, and see how this corner goes a little bit past the bottom. So once I saw the bottom, that's how I knew where my bottom is, which was 250. From here to here was 250, and from here to here, then I made it bigger and bigger till it covered the top. So that's how I got my 1 inch. If you're a smart engineer, maybe you can figure it out, but I still do it a little bit old school. Okay, so we're removing 1 inch. Then it's asking you SRV art. That's gonna be kind of like how much you remove from here on these sides, but at this point it's not important. Just the fact is that the width of the end mill pretty much it's enough to cover both sides. But let's say if you have 2 inches, then let's say on the thickness you have 1 inch, and then on the width you have 2 inches, then this is where you're gonna put your SDR. Your finish, I put it at 8, but I've made it 2000 on both. Inter R, it's gonna be your 1 inch. That's gonna ask you, it's like a clearance interference, and then your tools. The approach is automatic, counterclockwise. Depth of each cut is going to be 75,000 deep, and then width of the cut I set is at 200. You can go up to like 90% of your end mill, but if you put 200, then it's gonna clean that middle. So clean that middle of the section of that window, and then your feeds and speeds. Now Shift R. Okay, give me a second. I dropped. So Shift R, number 1. It's gonna be from center to the bottom. So let me see. this. So Shift R is gonna be this section. How much? Where you starting? So this is gonna be that bottom. Okay, this is gonna be your Shift R. Now P1Z, it's gonna be where you starting on a Z. So if my part is 0 here, it's asking you for this section. Okay, so my window start at 242,000. Now it's asking you on the Y, where you want to start on the Y. Okay, so as an example, if your window would be 1 inch, let's call it even 2 inches total. Okay, so you would start minus and plus. So you start plus 1 inch on the Y to minus 1 inch on the Y, so total it gives you 2 inches, right? From 1 inch to the top to 1 inch on the bottom, it gives you 2 inches wide. So as you see, for example, I'm going from 563 on the plus to minus 563 on the minus. So that means that if 563 plus 563, that gives you 1 inch and 126,000. Okay, and then so that's gonna be those two, and then your P3Z, it's asking you from here to here, how far is your window. So first one is where it's starting on the Z, and then when it's finishing. So when it's starting, when it's finishing, and then this is why when it's starting, when it's finishing, that's gonna be your height, and then your radius is for each corner. So my each corner is 250. So then it's 250 right here. And like I said, that's how you do your windows. So then if you have 4 of them, you can go 0, like I said, 90, 180, 270. And then you can copy like all these four, just toss out the roughers, and you can do like a free pass of finishing. And then what I do is I cut it off. I go usually 10,000 lower than my ID hole, and then I just use a slight tap with the hammer, and the part just kind of falls off into my hand. So yeah, that's how you do line in. And remember, line in, it's gonna be for your closed figures. So what I mean, it's gonna be close, okay, not like this. For these open ones, you use a different option, but for close, it doesn't matter if it's so you know, line in, it's gonna be on inside, so the tool's gonna come inside and then it's gonna come out of the part. If you want to do outside, then you go for a line out, but these two use for close figures. All right guys, see you next time.